This is the American Athletic Conference on ESPN+. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Strothman, and greetings from Wilkins Stadium, home to Wichita State. It's a non-conference battle today as the Shockers host the number 6 team in the country in the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Senior season. But this Oklahoma State team has been impressive with the freshmen. And look at the wheels being shown by Poulard, who's able to lay it down for an infield single. Bunt shown again. Pulled back, decided to do it, and she laid it down. It stayed fair, but the throw is wild, and that allows the Cowgirls to get a runner in scoring position early. The 3-1. In play, a good dive by Hood, who gets the out at second and the out at first as well. Sammy Hood, American for Oklahoma State at second base, but she has made the transition rather seamless. She lifts one to the left, and getting down the one knee, coming up with a catch was Urban by the Cowgirls. 3-2. CeCe Wong kicking things off with a leadoff walk for WSU. To get it out here on Addie Barnard would be great, but Barnard able to shoot the gap. Drops it in there as CeCe Wong goes from first to third, and Wichita State has its number 2 on the team in RBI, and she lines one out to short, and it ends up being a double play. Bloodworth comes up with a catch and then finishes the job over at third base. We are seeing some gems early in this one. She racked up 2 hits against Oklahoma State in the earlier meeting. She puts in a play. It's right there with Aycock in Oklahoma State. Doubles and 16 home runs. It's got to make Coach Gajewski very excited, although Carly Godwin, it's Lauren Howe getting the better of that one as she. Claire Tim wastes no time, and Hood once again getting dirty and flashing that defensive ability. 26 hits this year, 8 of those being home runs. Grounder to third, Nelson able to field it. And a 1-2-3 inning for 3-2. That one's a little wild for Aycock, and that allows Sammy Hood to get on base. Back-to-back innings with 2 outings, a combined 9 walks surrendered by her. This one popped up, and that's problematic for Caroline Talent and Wichita State. Oklahoma State gets the out. Batting average of .281. Just outside the top 100 this year. This one goes too far inside and gets away from Schneidmiller, and that allows Sammy Hood to race over the second base. 3-2. Brown trying to drop it in, but not soon enough. Tim comes in for the grab, and there are 2 down. Gave up that walk to start to Sammy Hood. Wichita State unable to scratch that run across, although this one gets by Schneidmiller. Number 4 would come at a great time. And it gets by Edwards. She was right there, and it got right between her legs. Just mistimed it. And Jess Garcia able to bring in that run. Sammy Hood from third base ties it up. Well, in the game earlier, hitting .444. She started the season 1 for 26, but was battled back. She grounds out, however, to Aycock to close the inning. We're tied at 1-1. When we come back, we'll be
just sitting on the couch, just watching softball. You know, I'm getting my work in, just like these girls are, and as a professional, it's my job to be disciplined enough to go out and do it. When Kenny, you are a Wichita State stan. Everybody knows you here, girly.
got that right. Megan Bloodworth, she grounds out Lauren Howe inside the circle, getting the strikeout for Schneimiller and now forcing the ground out there. So top of the lineup coming up for Oklahoma State.
We are stacked. I'm just most excited to be learning from a lot of the vets. I mean, I'm going into year 3, so I don't really consider myself too much of a vet yet. Shout out. Love you. Sorry. Yeah, she just knows what she's looking for at the plate and just swings it hard. And from her stature, you wouldn't think she'd be dropping 80.
Such a dynamic hitter that she's become.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just your hard work. And I'm sure she does a lot of film on her own and really studies her own swing. As well as just pitchers as well. And her playing the Wichita State Shockers. But Coach Breadbrenner just, there we go.
Yeah,
See ya.
2-2 ends up carrying, and it goes off the tree. Taylor Solacek.
Hey, I love a good bomb. Thank you for hitting that.
You have the all-time home run leader here on the broadcast. Someone had to go yard.
Hey, she knew. She knew.
Taylor Solacek is the one who goes the distance, got underneath that one and drove that one. That wind just kept pushing it, hit the tree, so
Saved
job
those
well done.
cars back there. Broke the van window, and they gave me that ball after. I was like, thank you. I can't say that I've broken a van window.
Tough play, but a nice job done by Bloodworth, able to put
Sooner, but man, these Oklahoma State girls get after it. These Wichita State girls get after it. And just as a fan of the game, you just have to applaud their hard work that they've put in.
this one driven the rights. Such a great concept, too. It's a point system. Sydney McKinney is going to be here, but Jocelyn Allo is going to join the group. Check swing here from Talon Edward, who had the sensational play over at second. Long did indeed drive that run, and here she is popping up. Guess who? Sammy Hood. She comes up with the grab for which appearances. Davis waited back, dribbles one to short. Solacek zips one over in time, and Lauren Howe and the Shockers. Another 1-2-3 inning. 3 girls at this point. Because those errors have ended up hurting Oklahoma State as talent able to draw the walk. Oklahoma had been bludgeoning people this season. Check swing, but it ends up doing enough for Lainey Brown. She bounces it in right field. And then in the third frame, you have the error on the drop from center field for Hattie Barnard, and winds up costing 2 runs for Oklahoma State. Jess Garcia lays down 2-2. A little looper that ends up dropping in front of the right fielder. Talent comes in to score, and 9-hole Nelson drives in the 4th run. 1-2, hard hit, but a great play, and it winds up being an out at second, but not out first. CeCe Wong. Barnard trying to drive that one instead a bit off. And now she'll have to tighten things up a little bit at the plate. Rosenberry trying to. Always a danger. 1-2. Barnard goes down swinging. Job well done by Rosenberry. However, the Shockers do. In inning number 5. Carly Godwin trying to get something going here for Oklahoma State, and that will do. Carly Godwin driving that one right up. The 1-1 from Howe. Gets away from Brown. Godwin advances to second. Oklahoma State with a runner in scoring position. The Cowgirls, but it's been a little bit of a problem. However, this one belted to center field. Claire Tim doesn't get it over the wall, but it does result in a double, and the Cowgirls have something cooking. 3-2. driven to left center, and it drops in for one, and that's all it'll be worth. But still, Michaela Wark coming up with the RBI for Oklahoma State. It's 5-2. Good piece of hitting for Michaela Wark. 21 RBIs now for her. And checking in for her as a pinch runner with what she had last week against Oklahoma. Warsop ends up going over to second this year. She does have 3 homers with 9 RBI. This one ends up grazing her. And she gladly takes that first, not to mention out of the 15 hits. You have plenty of them coming with extra bags. Wichita State ends up going to first, doesn't get the out there, and Oklahoma State getting 2 runs courtesy of Megan Bloodworth going down the third base line. Tough play for Nelson, and Oklahoma State has climbed back within 1. Wasn't even that much of a look at home plate. Gave up 6 hits, but did give up a run. This one is deep into foul territory. It's caught by Urban, but it is deep enough to tie up the game at 5. Poulard comes up with the RBI sac fly in Oklahoma State. 1-0. Gets picked up by Solacek. Takes the out over at first. Runner does advance for Oklahoma State. 1-1, weighted back on it. Drives it to left. Caroline Wong stopping at first. Oklahoma State jumps ahead again. It's Wong delivering the RBI. You just knew that that was the perfect moment. And Wichita. Two from Cooper. Strikeout takes place. Davis goes to 3-2. Solacek pops it up. And it winds up being hauled in right field. 1 down. Grounded out to the pitcher back in the first. Went to short in the third. 1-2, she goes down. Rosenberry delivers the punch out. 2-2. Rosenberry can't field it cleanly. And that allows Sammy Hood to get on the bags with 2 down. Yeah, you hope that you can just get enough of one and hope that weather can help you out. 1-2, Rosenberry blows it right by her, and it ends up being the second K. Runs in 7th in RBI. She is 1 home run away from tying the single season record for home runs by a freshman. This one on the ground. Hood with another that double to take place. She goes right back to Cooper, though, here with this plate appearance. And Allison Cooper generates the second out in the 6th. Cooper trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. And she ends up dropping it in there. She changed it up. Wark took it, and she goes down via the K. Wichita State keeps it as a 1-run deficit as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Before Oklahoma State would tie it up with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th frame. And Lainey Brown using her eyes to get on the bags. She gets the walk. Jess Garcia showing bunt, lays it down. Rosenberry gets the out over at first base. Jess Garcia, though, for the second time, successfully advancing a runner. Deliver the go-ahead. CeCe Wong, W-O-N-G, has a chance maybe to put a run on That could have been a run there for Kristen. So just around the corner. Wong, chance for a double play. Instead, Bloodworth will take the out over at first. No reason to risk it. The 0-2. Barnard swung, got a piece, but it's caught by the catcher. Rosenberry, marvelous in relief. It's still a 6-5. McDonald, the Oklahoma native. She was hit by a pitch last time as a pinch hitter. Allison Cooper getting that K there. And there has been the pitching. 3-2. And Cooper goes high again. Doesn't get the control. A one-out walk surrendered by Cooper. She ends up going opposite field. However, playing it perfectly is Urban to come up with the catch. So Pilar takes Edwards. Hood is there. And Sammy Hood showing up the range to close out the top of the 7th. Wichita State needs a run to continue. 2 hits surrendered with 3 Ks and a walk. Solacek going right back to Rosenberry, and she is able to scoop it over the first. 7th inning comeback against number 25 Auburn. That would be a good time to do something similar, but Rosenberry says, no ma'am. Down goes Urban. The 1-2, Rosenberry delivers a gem in relief. 2 Ks in the 7th to shut the door on Wichita State's number 6. Oklahoma State gets the job done 6-5. We'll be back.